today. Yep, I'm eating again. Sorry about that. I should be a blimp. Y'all see how little I am. As much as I eat, right? But I want y'all to listen. Hang on. Let's see.
Since these accounts are so easily created, these accounts can be fictitious. You don't know if this person is really who they are. And what about if your child goes to school where there's a prayer, that you have a teacher that's praying on them? You have a beautiful daughter, beautiful son. Now there's this psychopath of a teacher that likes them. They're going to pretend to be someone they're not just to prey on your child. I don't think that's ethical. Brandon Fox on so actually, let me start off by saying that Missouri, there's a Missouri bill that was passed in 2011. It's called SB 54, which actually makes teachers and tells them that they cannot communicate with students electronically nor privately, thus leading that Brayton Fox actually agrees with this, and he believes that allowing teachers to communicate with your children can lead to sexual things, and I totally agree with that, because there's been many cases where teachers have fallen in love with kids, have had children, and actually in Texas there was an article that was written, and it states that 686 teachers lost their jobs between the 2010 and 2016, 81 cases by 2000.
I don't think I can put this on my video, so I'm going to be responding to it. But let me just tell you a little bit what I'm watching. Okay? Yeah, I don't want to do nothing to flag my channel, because my channel is not here to judge people. My channel is here to speak truth biblically and from my own experience, and maybe my own opinion and thoughts of a situation. But I ain't here to accuse nobody of nothing, especially of leaders. I only could talk about my leaders, and that's only to a certain extent, because I don't know their hearts and their feelings. Okay? So now I'm watching a video. I'll give you the name of the video, and y'all can go. Maybe I'll click it in here. Put it in here. It's Exposed Joel Osteen Transgender Lover Genanese or something. So the gentleman that is doing the video is showing a video of the person that went into Joel Osteen's church. Now, I have not heard whether or not there was a motive. I have not heard the reason why she went in there. I believe they got something that's stating that there was stuff written on the ground. They have some type of things that they found on her, not of weapons, of words or something. I'm not into that. I don't know too much about that, so I'm not going to say too much about that. But y'all can watch the video, or I'm sure you'll show the news. I'm sure, wow, that's better. I had my headphones closed in. Y'all know how Apple is. So the video that this gentleman is playing is this young lady that, and the only reason why I guess it's entitled transgender is because allegedly law enforcement cannot identify her sexuality or her sexual gender, whichever one it is. So he is saying that, well, I'm not going to say he's saying, allegedly, according to his title, he's stating that there has to be some type of connection with Joel Osteen and this transgender, right? So now the video that's being played, that the little bit that Joe may have heard, is the young lady, young man, whichever one. I'm saying it's a young lady because her representation in this video is a female. And she didn't come on stating that I'm this and that and I'm portraying this. So I'm going by what I see. And I see a female. So what she's talking about teachers and their relationship with students that should not be allowed. And if they're interacting on social media, it can easily be deleted because there's no, according to what she said, that social media, as soon as something is said or done, it's deleted off. So if she said she has a son, so in other words, she's saying that if her son was to come and say something transpired on social media, there's no proof. And it should not be done. So my thoughts and what I'm saying or thinking or trying to figure out. Wait, let me just do my eye. Oh, I need to go. Oh, man, I forgot about that. I need to go get my medicine. But anyway. So my thoughts, and I'm not into, I'm just 23 minutes and 48 seconds into the video. And it is an hour and 55 minutes. So apparently it was about 2 hours. But I say that there has to be a reason for this young lady to come into a church of worship and decide that I'm going to shoot up either someone in personally or just shoot up the church, or coming there to get Mr. Joel Osteen, right? So now people may say, and this is just my opinion, okay? This is my opinion. I mean, y'all entitled to y'all opinion inside the comments. Say whatever you want to say. It still not sway away from what I think or feel. And we can agree to disagree, and we can disagree to agree, okay? Adult-wise, respectfully. So now, my thoughts or opinion in that situation is that if you're preaching the right messages, if you're interacting with people the way the Word of God says to interact with people, which is preach the gospel to every creature. Well, it didn't say every creature. It said preach, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every nation, right? Baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and then the Holy Ghost. So therefore, nations involves a lot of cultures, right? But not a lot of genders, okay? If you're following what I'm saying. So now, with that being said, I feel that there were something that were not right for this young lady to come within yards of private property, per se, welcome to the public, and do a shootout for whatever reason. I'm not going to say that Mr. Osteen was involved with this young lady. And I'm not going to say that he wasn't, because I don't know. But there is pieces to the puzzle. And what I will say, if y'all recall my previous videos, where I said that God said he's not playing anymore. He is not playing. And he means to not play with leaders. And if leaders are playing and not being real for him, I read the scripture yesterday to you guys, that he coming as a mighty warrior. He getting them. So now, this video, and I want you to understand, I'm not accusing Mr. OSTEEN of anything. This is my opinion. I pray God he's not professing something that he's not living. I pray God he's not using his dad's sanctuary, traditionally developed, to do ungodly things, because it's going to backfire on him. And he say they've been there for what, 25 years? However many years it is. What's done in the dark is going to come to light. So understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's doing anything in the dark. I'm speaking for the Lord because I'm a mouthpiece for God. I have nothing against that man. How can I say? What's the word I can use? Well, I'm just going to say it to be more understanding. I have nothing against him. And spiritually, I have nothing against him because I don't know his spiritual life. I listen to him. I like certain things he say. I used to listen to him quite often. But as time went on, I kind of, got away from him. No specific reason. Nothing about his lifestyle. Nothing about what he says, But if you going to be a mouthpiece for God, you have to be a mouthpiece for God all the time. Not when things are going smooth. Not when money is coming in. Not when things are looking good for you. You got to be a mouthpiece for God even when the world is against you. Even when things are being said about you that's untrue. Even when things are being portrayed about you that is not true. God said, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord of hosts. Right? So if he said in his word in Isaiah 50, in Isaiah 42 and 6, that he will be there for you, he'll hold your hand and I'll be there, then he will be there for that means he's going to be there for all preachers and bishops, and pastors and evangelists, all those leaders that are doing what God say do. God got your back. He got your back. I don't care what transpires in your church. He got your back. So if Mr. OSTEEN or Pastor OSTEEN, I believe that's what he is, Pastor OSTEEN. I don't know because I just hear Joel Osteen. If he is living right and doing right, God got his back. God spared his life. Nobody really got hurt but the man, and the man got hurt in his leg. I don't know what he got leg in. First he said the leg, then he said the hip. So wherever he got hurt at, it's not drastically took his life. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the boy, whether the boy lived or died, don't know. And I pray God he did survive, but it's still not understood. Why would she bring, first they say 5 and then somebody else say 7, whatever age he is. I don't understand why she would bring her son to, knowing that she's going to do a deadly event, a deadly thing. Okay? Now, just like I said, back to the video, she's talking about teachers and children, so I'm really not quite understanding what it is about, so I can't play it too much for y'all to hear. Y'all can go and watch it. I will link it, but I'm gonna go into it a little bit longer. It's an hour and 55 minutes. I'm not gonna go that long. Just give me another about 3 minutes. Not even 3 minutes. That's still too long for you guys, right? Just let me get some more insight and I'll be back. Okay, so the gentleman that's doing the video, he's saying that he's trying to understand why this video was put into her file for us to see. I mean, he didn't say file, that's what I'm saying, because I forgot what he said. In other words, why is this being brought up now? You know, why are they bringing this video into perspective of her doing a shootout or shooting of a church? And it's not really, I mean, I haven't watched it all, but so far what I watched, it does not emphasize too much of Mr. Osteen's church. It's talking about schooling, teachers having interaction with students privately on social media, and she's against it. And so the video owner, the one that's actually playing her video on his platform, is saying that he's not quite understanding, but he can get to see her outlook on things, on this particular thing, which seems to be cool. You see what I'm saying? Now, my outlook of it is that this played a part with her decision of going into the church. Now, I said yesterday when this came to my attention, I didn't make a video on it, but I'm going to say it now, so I'll say it now, that everyone, every individual that commits a crime, there is a reason behind it. The natural part of the reason is that it's something that lies dominant in the individual, right? And the dominant part is that the person, something could have happened to the person years ago, and the person got a trauma from it, and it stayed with them. And one morning they woke up and say they're going to get back. Whether to that person that did the trauma to them, somebody in their family, or somebody triggered something, or something triggered it back up. And they're going to hurt that person that triggered it back up, plus the person that first initially brought it on to them. Now, that's the number one. I mean, that's not the number one. That's one, right? The next, number two reason is sin. Just point blank. See, and this is where it comes in when God says, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one for another. If, right? So God knew that everybody is not going to love everybody for whatever reason it may be. And he knew, now I want you to understand that verse, if ye have love one for another. He knew that even the saints, that's ain'ts, is going to deceive people and make that verse so bad that people is going to have church hurt and never come back to church no more. Right? And the reason why love is so strongly used in the spiritual aspect of life, and in God's aspect, and in Jesus' aspect, because that is the first thing that was shown to the world. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. That's why people get stuck on actions of love instead of on feelings of love. If people would feel love more, than concentrating on showing it, then it would be a different world. I'm not going to say it would be a better world, but it'd be a different world. Because there will be, let's say, 50% people that feel love. And then you will have the other 50% people that acts on love. Because there's some people that feel it but don't know how to show it. And there's some people that show it that's far from how they feel. Right? So now, for these people that commit crimes, those are the two reasons. Those are the only two reasons. That's why when you watch CSI or you watch Law and Order or any of them criminal, and sometimes you go to cold cases and you go and they showing you where you hear why people kill people, and you look at it and say, that is crazy. People will actually kill somebody for that reason? Yes. It's crazy. You know why? Because sin, oh my God. People don't understand what sin is. Sin is any act that is against God. Hey Siri, what's the meaning of sin?
Here's the plot synopsis.
I don't even know what that was about. I have no idea. So people don't understand. They say sin. Let me see how I pronounce it. Sin. Okay. Is an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. So that's what sin is. So when you commit sin, you're doing something that is against divine law. Right? Divine, that's God's law. So God got laws in the Bible. He got commandments in the Bible. So, this is good. So when human nature goes against God's nature, then that's what considered a sin. Now, when you commit a crime in the world, it is more so on the natural aspect than on the spiritual aspect, because the spiritual aspect is talking about murder. It say, thou shalt not kill. Right? So now when they say kill, spiritually, now I could be wrong, but this is what's coming to me. When God say thou shalt not kill, I feel he's talking about the spiritual aspect of killing. Killing people with your mouth. Killing people with the words that you say. Killing people's demeanor. Killing people's soul. Because you can say things to people that gets here. That's where the soul is. This is our heart. But I want you to understand the soul is what carries all the feelings that the heart holds on to. So that's what we are striving to save, so that God can clean up the soul. But in order for the soul to stay purified, that's why the mind got to be cleaned. So when God said, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not bear false witness to thy neighbor, thou shalt not covenant. If you notice that's all the spiritual aspect of things. Because if a saint begin to covet after somebody, then it's going to lead into natural causes. It's like smoking. You smoke long enough, it's a possibility it will go into natural causes, which will be lung cancer and whatever else that may go along with smoking. But the spiritual aspect of doing what God say not do is committing a sin. So this is where the saints of God and leaders that's in church make a big mess of and lose people, because they are taking sin in the natural aspect. That's why they talk about pants. That's why they, thank you, Holy Ghost. That's why they talk about makeup. That's why they talk about you spending your money here and there. That's why they try to be in control of stuff, because their aspect and understanding of sin is the not the physical, is what they can see, is the natural part of it. But you got a natural and you got a spiritual. You got a natural and spiritual body in you. When you go to sleep, believe it or not, you're going in the spiritual realm. That's why you got to go to sleep. Anybody that stay woke too long and go past the natural part of staying woke, you'll find them going crazy. Because you got to enter into that spiritual realm. Because that's what you're made of. You are a spiritual being. So when you go to sleep and you find yourself getting sleepy, you notice you can't control that? Because that's the spiritual part of you. That your body takes a few, and wow, this is a revelation right now. Your body go through a few hours of being able to interact with God, or being able to interact with the devil. So when you go to sleep and you wake up from a bad dream, you call it a nightmare. That's what it was. Because your spiritual body, right, which was your soul, went down the lane of the enemy. And the enemy started throwing stuff in your head, and you started having all these crazy dreams. You may find yourself killing somebody. You may find somebody trying to kill you. The devil done stepped into your spiritual realm. Stupid here. That's why a saved person has to stay prayed up, have to allow God to clean their mind up. So when they go to sleep, they can have peaceful sleeps. No, don't get me wrong, the devil is going to try to get up in their sleep, but because of the spiritual, how can I say it? The spiritual protection that we have, which is our Holy Ghost in us, the devil can only do what God allow him in your dream. And he can only go but so far with you. Because he, like Job, he knew Job was protected by God. Oh, the reason why I can't touch him is because we all know you got a hedge around him or whatever. But I guarantee if you move that hedge, he gonna curse you and die. Go ahead, do what you want. But did you notice in the word that God told Satan, don't touch his soul? Because that's how the devil get a hold to you, by getting a hold to your soul. And that's how people can go out there and commit them treacherous crimes that blow your mind and be like, oh my God, I could never do that. And they come back and say never. Because when you're sleeping, whatever went on with you 5 years, 10 years, maybe when you was 4 years old, it's brought back to you while you're sleeping. And the enemy began to work with you because that's who you serving. Now, don't get me wrong. The enemy can get a hold to a saint if the saint is not prayed up. If the saint is not serving God, is not real for God, and not serving God in reality, which is realness. Reality, I don't mean us in our lives that we're living. Reality is realness. So now, let me just go back to this. So, I think that maybe something transpired with her son. And I hope and pray it wasn't with Joel Osteen. And I hope and pray that it didn't have to do with somebody in his church. And I don't want to say it was overlooked by OSTEEN, or, who knows. But it just seems so out of place that she would take her son to the scene of a crime, that you know what you plan on doing. And you're going to go and you're going to jeopardize this child's life, and you're going to jeopardize other people's lives. So maybe somebody within the church was a teacher, and the teacher at her son's school, and she was going to get him. Because I think if she was out to get Joel Osteen, she probably would have got him. Right? I don't think she was out to get him, per se. I think maybe she was out to hurt him or to make a point. You know, because if she's doing this video, then that means that it was talked about. So let's go to, I think his live finished. Let me see. Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened. The screen went, I lost her. Let's see what we can do. Let me see. Let's go. No. See, it's not. Oh, there we go. Okay, so wait a minute. I ain't finished hearing her thing. Hang on. Okay, let's go back to her. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so this video is under investigates. They got the 3 initials there, and then they got the word investigates. So they're using the video. I guess they're using the video to try to get some insight of her mind, you know, and what was going on in it. So, let me go on. Yeah, she's talking about social medias and people making fake accounts, and she's saying that the school system is trying to work into that and get it together, and going back, which is bringing out her first point, which is that this shouldn't be going on between teachers and students. And apparently the students is of young age. She's saying that these teachers could be using a fictitious name that's not theirs. In other words, that the teachers that are teaching your children could not be really teachers. That's deep, right? They could not be teachers. They could be using a fake identity. Wow. What is she trying to say? Joel Osteen ain't real? He's a transgender? Yo, that has not even been allegedly said. That's just me talking. Yo, that'd be crazy, right? Let me move right along. Mm. She said, what if that account that is being used by the teacher or being posed by a teacher could be a sex offender? Ouch. She said that somebody did an article. I can't remember what year. My head is saying 2020. That could be related to something else she said, because she said something else that was related to 2020. But anyway, she said that somebody did an article stating that teachers that talk to kids, I guess in other words, having private conversation with them, after a while they'll wind up polluting them, or I'm going to use the word pursuing them. But she's a little bit more high education. She ain't that crazy. She may went and shot up Joel Osteen's church, but she got a lot of brains up there. And she got herself covered. So she gives me the impression that she is in the culture of Jewish. I didn't even know that did that come out? And please don't quote me on this, because I can't really remember if that's true or not. But I think it came out that Joel Osteen was Jewish. He's a Jewish pastor. But his church is not fully Jewish. You know, he got different gyras, would that be the word? Nationalities, you know, inside his church. But I think it came out, came out during this incident of his church that he was a Jew. Don't start me lying. I don't know. Okay? But that's what she gives me. She has the scarf coming over her. Right? I guess that ain't Jewish, right? I don't know. She just gave me the vibe that she's a Jew. That's just me. She said this, let me go back a bit, but it seemed like she's saying that this person that is over your child, a teacher, whomever, it's got to be a teacher, that's what she talked about, and you don't know who this person is, but what you do know is that he's working his way into your child's life. Saying things to your child which will lead to sexual contact. That's deep. I mean, I don't even know why she's going that way. I don't know what the purpose of it, because unless something transpired with her child. Maybe that's just how she think or something. I don't know. But let me keep listening. Alright. the the man that the gentleman that is doing this video, that played her video, is saying that he's still trying to figure out how that is relevant. I cut it off, but I'm presuming he's going to say relevant to this case. He said that was great information. The video finished about her, talking about the kids and the teachers and possibility they could be I don't know why I was going to say transgender. They could be killers, sex offenders. So well, see, he's saying the same thing that I was saying, that he's saying that he can't see how that has anything to do with it. Is she trying to say that somebody messed with the boy and she went to offend him? I mean, to defend, protect him? That's what I'm getting. I'm really getting that something transpired in that church, and it's a possibility that maybe she felt because Joel, that's why, let me finish that. Maybe she felt because Joel Osteen has so many people that he would never know who it was, right? Because he got too many people. So now the only way that she can deal with it is to bring the child so that when she get to shooting up people, even though she may not shoot the person that did it, or she may not shoot Joel Osteen, but she's going to let them know, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. I know what's going on. Since I know what's going on, and because I'm bringing my child, you going to know why I'm shooting up your church. You going to know why this is chance. You going to know why this is happening, because my son came home and told me that in your Sunday school, somebody's doing this and doing that. And hypothetically speaking, I don't know. But this is what he's saying. He said, I want to know more. Me too. Now he's playing, he's playing the news now. Houston news. Ain't somebody else in Houston? Somebody said something about TD Jakes. So, no, he in Houston too? Well, I don't know where he at. I just know he exists. So he's playing the news now. And the police officer is behind him. I guess he is the, what'd you call that? The commander or something? I don't know who he is. Let's see what he's saying. Oh, he's saying that the media, not the media, the city will know what he knows as he get it. Okay, so I guess everybody heard that already. So I'm not gonna really, like tell you every time they say something. I'm gonna stop and let you know what he's saying. But the main thing he's saying, I guess, that every church is entitled to law enforcement protection. Okay. Oh, he's increasing security. Well, come on over here to Brooklyn. I mean, in New York. Because he ain't in New York. That's Houston, Texas. Okay. Okay, the gentleman that is, as I get things, I'm going to let y'all know what's going on. But I'm going to put the video in as well. So I'm just going to give you pieces and pieces because I'm trying to see. The only reason why I'm watching this because he said Joel Osteen, transgender lover. So this is why I'm watching it because, what? Because I want to see if he gets to why he feels that Joel Osteen has something to do with the transgender that this lady is supposed to. I'm going to call her lady. I don't know what I'm saying. I think I just saw something. I guess I didn't get it. Okay, so he's saying that if this is I'm going to use the word if, because that's what he used. If this is a political agenda for, I think, the Democrats or something. He's saying something was passed in reference to gun law or something. Oh, he's saying that it's a possibility that this could have been some kind of political thing in reference to being able to carry the gun in places that normally don't have guns, which is churches. And since the officers was in the church with guns and the lady came in there with a gun, so this is allegedly, I'm believing what he's saying, is supposed to be what is supposed to be passed or has been passed, that you can carry a gun wherever you choose. But he don't know, neither do I. He's saying he don't understand the point behind all of it, and I'm saying that I agree with him. I don't understand why they talking about some guns when the lady just went up there and tried to shoot up a church. Why is you talking about guns? We know she had a gun. She came up in there a gun. She shot up people, whatever. People was hurt. Her child was hurt. They not even talking about, well, she dead anyway. So I was going to say, they not even talking about her consequences. But I forgot she dead. Not laughing, haha. But laughing at myself, haha. That I forgot about that. But in other words, he's saying that he don't understand why they going so deep into her shooting, her having a gun, officers having guns in the church. When the lady is dead, they should be getting into what was the purpose the lady was there for. And when he started his video, he said that he felt that the purpose was, just like he got his title, the transgender lover for Joel Osteen. His feel that the purpose was there was something going on between the woman and the man, or the man. No, let me put it like that. Let me put it like he said. There was something going on with Joel Osteen, that apparently this young lady, that the video that we saw, that I saw, and when you click on the link, you will see that it was a female that was talking, but according to what they're saying in the news, that they can't identify who she is or what she is, and put it that way. So he's saying that for Joel Osteen to be interested instead of the woman, because she transgendered herself over to a man, then that means that he has some tendencies in him for a man. Well, maybe he thought that was a woman, and he's now finding out that it's it's stupid. And this is not no fact, you guys. I ain't talking on fact. I'm just going to go on. I'm speaking on what he's indicating in his videos. And just like I said earlier, God ain't playing. And I ain't putting nothing on Mr. Joel Osteen. But what I will say, and will not back out from, is that he better be real. Because it's only the beginning. So now, unless they pull this as a cold case, it ain't going to be a cold case, because the person is dead and they know who did it. Unless they just leave it like this. But if they continue to dig into it, it's going to come out. The truth going to come out, because the Bible saying you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So, let me put me on some eyebrows. I'm sorry. I ain't got no eyebrows on my eye. So I will play a little bit more, because it's getting funny. See, that I think he getting ready to say what I done said. He said we need to get to the facts. Get back to the fact of why this person came to Joel Osteen's church. And not only did they show up at Joel Osteen's church, I'm going to finish his sentence. I don't know whether that's what he's going to say, right? But I believe he's going to say, not only did the person show up at his church, but he showed up at his church with a child. Oh, no. He said between... Okay, he said, so he didn't say what I said, but that's what I say. That's what I was saying. If you're going to come there, why would you come there with the child? But we kind of like covered that 5 minutes ago, so I won't repeat myself. And that's not what he said. He said, why come in there in between services? If the person was really there to hurt, like just randomly, I'm just going in there to do whatever they finding on me. They finding that it's a hate crime. This is not what they said. No, I'm using that as an example. If the person just came in there just because to indicate it being a hate crime or whatever, then why would they come? I know. Why would they come between services? Why not come in the morning service when you got more people there? Let me just put my little eyebrow on. Just what I said. Well, I wasn't thinking about it that well. He said that it seems like she wanted somebody's attention that was going to be there during that time, that came at that time. So it's a possibility that it wasn't for, that's why I said, if it was for Joel Osteen, she would have got Joel Osteen, because Joel Osteen was there from the very beginning. So it was somebody else, hypothetically speaking, that was messing around with her child. And like, you think you're getting away with this? And this is just my thoughts, you guys. Don't kill me. Somebody was doing something to her child in that Sunday school. Well, not in the morning service. It had to be not in the morning time. It had to been during that time that she went there. And that's what he's saying. If she was allegedly coming just to kill somebody because it was a hate crime or whatever crime that we want to call it, then she could have came in the morning, right? No, she came, I'm hypothetically speaking, because I can't remember what time, but she came between 2 and 3. And from what they said, I can't remember the time. I put my own time, but if I'm correct, what they said, it was doing the transition into the Spanish segment, service. You know, and I really hope and pray nobody was messing around with her child. Because now she dead. Lord have mercy. Now, I don't know what the child did. But if the child did, no, if the child is alive, who gonna take care of the child? Joel Osteen? Somebody gonna text and say, it ain't funny. That ain't funny. No, it ain't. It ain't funny. You right about that, baby doll. You right, but you right. Okay, let me stop. Let me see what else. Oh, let me go back to what he said. Because he ends his point where he think it's Joel Osteen. He got in his head that Joel Osteen is over there messing around with a transgender. Lord Jesus. I'm going to definitely put this link in there because he's saying a lot of sense. I'm going to stop in a minute. When it hit an hour. We got 3 more minutes before it's an hour. He just said he's starting to believe that the kid, that the lady had was Joel Osteen's baby. And if that was a deal, then that would explain why she brought him. Why she brought him. But then it doesn't explain why she would want to. It doesn't explain why she. Let me think about it for a second. If Joel Osteen. Okay, maybe Joel Osteen was dealing. I'm just hypothetically. Just think with me. Hypothetically thinking, because I don't know. Hang on. Make sure I'm using the right word. Hey Siri. What does hypothetical mean? Well, if I'm using the wrong word, then y'all forgive me. But let's just say I'm just speaking off the top of my head and put it that way. If let's say Joel Osteen was messing around with her. At the time he was messing around with her, maybe she was full woman. Right? She was going to the church, in and out of the church. Right? However it came up that they met, because with all them people, I'm sure he don't know everybody in there. And they became interested in one another. Now, I'm sure the man is married. I don't know about her, but I'm sure Joel Osteen, I believe Osteen is married. So now, he's messing around with her, and as time went on, she comes into the interest of wanting to be something else. And maybe he said, well, we can't involve ourselves. Now, if the child is 5 years old, I don't want to say 7, because then that means they was messing around 7 years. Well, I won't say 7 years because the child is 7. But he could have let her go when she got pregnant. So if the child is 5 years old, so that means what's this, 2019, 24, 23, 22, 2019. So 2019, during pandemic, you supposed to be in your house, Joel Osteen. Let me stop. Just follow along with me. So 2019, he's messing around. It could have been prior to that, but now 2019, she gets pregnant, and she don't want to be bothered with him, or he don't want to be bothered with her. Put it that way. Or they do deal with each other while the child is 1, 2, 3 years old, right? Because he's 5. No. Let it charge. Let it charge up a little bit more. So I'm gonna say 2003. Oh, forget that. I got distracted. Forget the 2003. So he deals with her, and the baby is born, and so he's sending her money or giving her money, and who knows, maybe put in the house, blah, blah, blah. And then as time went on, maybe a year or so afterwards, he lets her go because he finds out that she's turning into something else. And he said, no, I can't do that. I'm already committing sin. I'm committing sin on top of sin. No. Oh, really? You want to just drop me like a hot potato? I don't think so. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring your child and make my point. So that's what he's saying. That he thinks that was Joel Osteen's child. And let me see what else he's saying. And she wanted him to take accountability for getting her pregnant and dropping her like a hot potato. No, that's not what he said. That's what I said. Let me stop. Hey, this thing is running kind of slow. Oh my goodness. It's big. Let me see what's in here. Let me see. Setting. Let me see. Okay, let me see. So, let me go on. Let me see what he said. Drop her like what? Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put this link in. He's saying it last time. Okay, so the reason why he said that he think it's Joel Osteen, because he's thinking and saying that why didn't she come, as I said earlier, come during the morning service if she just was out to just kill people. But since she waited to the transition of the services, and that means there was somebody there at that time that she wanted to see. And she felt like it was Joel Osteen. So Joel Osteen ain't there in the morning? Interesting. So Joel Osteen ain't, if he's not there in the morning, then in the newscast, he said that thank God it wasn't during the morning. What?
I just noticed my class didn't end.
Yeah, you say you were supposed to. You said that you were supposed to do your thing when you're all finished. What was it?
Zern.
Yeah, you were supposed to be do Zern for the rest of the day, right? So you didn't know your class was done when you left out of there?
No, I didn't know my class was done.
So what did the teacher say? The teacher didn't say, okay, come back tomorrow?
No, she just said do Zoom for the rest of the day, and then she ended the Zoom meeting.
And she didn't tell you to come back on?
No.
So that was what she was saying. That was the end of school. Okay, so that's what he's saying. He's saying that he believed it was Joel Osteen because she came at a particular time when Joel Osteen was going to be there. So now, as I was saying, if Joel Osteen came at that time, I won't say every day, but maybe on that days, on those days, that whatever that was. So whatever day that was, they said that was Tuesday. So every Tuesday he comes between 2 and 3, right? He comes in between that time because the whatever. So if he's not there in the morning, he says in the newscast that I'm glad it wasn't in the morning because, oh my goodness, it would have been so many words he's saying. It would have been more chaos because more people come at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm saying 11 o'clock, but in the morning. But he's saying that he feels that the lady came when she came because Joel Osteen was there and he was not taking accountability for this child and she was going to make him take it. In other words. What? No, I'm not done. What you coming in here for? What you want?
I said, can I get some more of the cereal?
Yeah, go ahead. You have some more. She wanted him to take, the baby was Joel Osteen's baby, and she wanted him to take accountability for the baby as well as driving her crazy. So crazy that she wound up getting killed, let me put it that way. Because she didn't kill anybody. Well, that's good to know. She didn't kill nobody. And that's why he's saying this is the reason why they bringing up all this other. She got a mental illness. I don't think she got no mental illness because I don't think transgender people got any mental illness. That's what they choose to do. Maybe spiritually they may have, but on the natural aspect, they is sane. They know exactly what they're doing and how they're thinking. So if they was trying to cover up what Joel Osteen did, if they trying to cover it up, because the cops that was in there will know what's going on in the church per se. They the cops, But I'm not saying that they do know. But that's what the gentleman is saying. I'm definitely gonna link his video into this video so y'all can look at it, cause we ain't getting nowhere. 43, 44, 45. Right? Let me see. He said the same thing I said. He said, this ain't all that. He said, I'm going to follow it and find out what's really going on. He said, because this ain't all to it. If Joel Osteen think he going to use law enforcement, he ain't finished the sentence, but I'm presuming he going to say, hopefully I'm right, to cover up his sins. I'm going to put his sins, to cover up his wrongdoing. And it's coming out now, and more going to come out. They always say everything come out when a person die. So you'd be surprised at all the stuff that come out about this lady. It could have been his wife's sister. Lord Jesus. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this because it's an hour and 10 minutes already. And I said I was gonna go an hour. Forgive me. But I'm gonna link his thing in here, and y'all can watch it and see what's happening. Subscribe to my channel. I'm finding out that likes, when you like a video, that causes the person videos to get out there. So like my video. If you are a subscriber to me, please like my videos. The videos that you may have watched, or go through some of my videos. I mean, I'm sure there may be some that you don't want to see, but there may be at least one that you would like to see. So just click on it. Okay? Like it and subscribe. Thank you. God bless you. I'm going to link this video, the video that I'm talking about in this video, within, what is it? Not the comment, the description box. God bless you. Bye.